All right, so we had played a little bit of straight blue-green ramp, and I was pretty underwhelmed by it. It felt like people just got under us and killed us, and it wasn't very fun or interesting. And this build is something we'd played against something close to this on stream when we were playing something else, and it seemed super sweet. So it's the same blue-green ramp core with like Field Trip, Innkeeper, Florahedron, and Cultivator into extra turns and Koma. But we've got a selection of red cards to help us stay alive, as well as Magma Opus for a payoff at the top end. So we've got Battle of Frost and Fire here as a sweeper that does card selection and card advantage with its later chapters. And then we've got Dragonfire here as a cheap removal spell. We got 2 different learn cards in the 3 slots, so we can grab, sciences and teachings and Containment Breach and Mascot Exhibitions. One thing that's kind of interesting about Field Trip is that when you're fishing up environmental science with it, if you squint, it kind of looks like Cultivate, but it's a Cultivate that can get us a threat in Mascot Exhibition in the late game, which is sweet. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how this feels today. Do it. Are we the bad guys who have Epiphany in our deck? Yeah, probably. But also, like, Wizards is leaving it legal, so it's not my job to let people have fun. The Epiphany decks, by and large, have actually been largely pushed down in this format. I definitely think while Blue-Red Dragons exist, it's more on the fringes of the format overall these days. Yeah, this looks fine. Huh. It's probably a land. This is standard 22. Yep. Yeah, we haven't been playing regular standard on this stream. We'll get back into that once rotation happens next month, but yeah, standard 22 is all I've been playing. I'm very over being Bone Crusher Gianted and Ember Cleaved and Sultai Ultimatumed and all that jazz. Tradesies. These things basically did the same thing. Their 1/1 made a treasure and our 1/1 made a treasure, and they traded. Well, they're technically more resource efficient on it because they only spent 1 mana to do it. Yeah, I don't think they expected a block either. That long pause definitely felt like a wait, what? Yeah, I think this is just like a tap Tangled Florahedron here. I wonder if they're Mardu or Black-Red. Could be either. Yep, looks like there's a little Marduki on my shoe this morning. What's going on, Silly Cheese? Thanks for the 31 months. Welcome back. So this Bad Mama Jamma does 4 to each non-giant creature and planeswalker, and then it scries, and then it draws 2 discards 1 for each big spell we cast. Showdown when they've already played a land is interesting. So they're not going to be able to play Kaya next turn, because they won't have enough mana for her. Today, I redeem Shillionaire Razkaz. It's exciting. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support over the years. It's been a while. 40 months. It's over half the time I've been partnered. I hit 6 years partner yet? Sometime this month. I did hit 6 years as a partner. Look at that. I can check my sub icon to see that my sub icon says I've been a 72-month sub, because it auto subs you to your own channel. So they got like an eye twitch out of this, and that's it. I guess they're gonna get some 1/1 counters off of it at some point. I would be a Shillionaire if not for the avocado toast I made deck voting. I think we're going to do some deck voting later this morning. We're going to play Standard 22 for a bit, and I think we're going to let folks vote on Brawl decks again. Pomatsky, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Happy Monday. BT Dubs is something I'm going to plug a few times today while we're doing magic stuff this morning, but I know a lot of people bounce when I switch to my non-magic variety stuff. The first hour of the Ghost of Tsushima stream we're going to do this afternoon is a sponsored segment. So if you want a really easy way to support my content, hang out and check that out. That game is also excellent and just had its director's cut released. But just being here as a viewer count for the first hour of that helps me out today. Alan Dell, thank you for the 27 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one, Danny. I assume that was the wrong input box you put that into. Yep. Yep. Mondays. All right, so do I jam Koma Chameleon? I think I like the idea of jamming Koma here because I'm going to get at least a token out of it during their upkeep. They exiled a Soul Shatter earlier, so like they could have another one of those or like another Kaya. But I think this is our best window to get this going. Sorry to hear that, Kevin. Yeah, breakthrough cases are going to be something we'll hear about more and more often as Delta mutates its way through. Hopefully everything ends up mild for you, like is the case for most vaccinated people that are testing positive. They did unfortunately have the second Soul Shatter. That's fine. I could have been right to just Frost and Fire last turn and clean out these dorks. Hopefully they commit another creature to the board and we get to tag another one with this. Can't smell. Is your sense of taste still there? Those are the weirdest symptoms to me. The can't smell or taste. That's gotta be one of those kinda surreal ones. Yes, when someone says, you hear someone talk about a breakthrough COVID case, it refers to someone that tests positive for COVID despite having been vaccinated. It breaks through the vaccine. You can taste. Okay, cool. Those are different things that don't always occur together. Huh. Frost and Fire is like actually kind of low-key absurd against Lilith, huh? It cleans out the spiders and her. It's kind of sick. Alright, so we're 1 mana off of casting that. I think I take my hit for 3 to 5 next turn, and then we plan to battle a Frost and Fire after that. So they have 9 total mana here, counting their treasure. I could get punished here if they got an Eye Twitch to 5, but I think them getting an Eye Twitch to 5 here is pretty unlikely.
You require my aid. How desperate.
So it does both, Scissor. The vaccine reduces the likelihood that you test positive to begin with because it helps train your body to be able to fight it off to start. But it also, if your body isn't able to correctly get rid of it completely, the symptoms tend to be a lot less mild. Like if you look at the ratios of people who are hospitalized in the ICU and on ventilators of vaccinated versus non-vaccinated, the ratios there tell a very telling story. The Friendly Viking, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate that. No, there's a lot of great places you can drop those Beza bucks off at every month. Thanks for sending them this way this month. Goodbye, friends. So, Lilith technically triggers a bunch here, but she's dead already, so it doesn't really matter.
Subservience will be rewarded.
Yeah, the hospitalization is 90+% unvaccinated is the case in most places. All places that we have metrics from. The technology on the mRNA vaccines is really super sweet and very futuristic. If you haven't looked into the actual details of it, it like gives your body like this sample blueprint of what the virus looks like. So if you do actually encounter it in the wild, it's able to fight it off appropriately, which is why in some cases people feel like cold or flu side effect like symptoms, gets their body reacting to understanding what it's supposed to do against the virus. Yeah, I heard the early trials for an HIV/AIDS vaccine, which is kind of incredible as well. Are they going to reduce to memory my Frost and Fire? Rude. Six years, I should be at elementary school now. What's going on, Tubos? Thank you for the 72 months. Welcome back. Koma, chameleon. Do. Very smart on our opponent's part here. They elected to put their showdown counter on the 4/4, which allows it to dodge a follow-up Battle of Frost and Fire from us. Morning, Thomas. Morning, Problem. BT Dubs for the Magic Boomers in the audience. If you didn't see my schedule for the week on Twitter, we're going to be playing Legacy to start tomorrow morning. I had a donation to play Legacy Hollowed 1 with some of the new Horizons 2 Madness cards. We're going to give that a go. Too Much Dog, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. If they can't deal with the Cosmos Serpent, the Epiphanies are going to bury them. Oh. Well. Someone's getting buried, it's just not our opponent. This is, this feels like pretty typical beats. Like, we showed up to play this deck that we're currently playing and just immediately get bigger fished. Opponent's archetype seems sweet. Like I mentioned a couple of times, I think what you want to be doing in this format is basically be some kind of polarizing extreme. And their deck definitely qualifies for that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I kill them? If I, like, trade this here, take 3, and then just, like, running all dragoons. So we attack for 3, we attack for 5, we attack for 7. 3, 5, 7 is 8, 15, 19. I believe we have lethal if they don't have anything else here. They could have another removal spell or blocker. We'll see. Alright. So, they're dead. Good chat. Good value. Solid value generation opponent. I thought we were going to get bigger fished, but Opponent got too aggressive, and we get to punish them with this very well-designed, fair Magic the Gathering card. Just good, clean living all around. Alright, cast the world's most expensive Boros Charm. Good night, friend. I found out that Albert Einstein's a real person the whole time. I thought he was just a theoretical physicist. Oh god, Twitch chat, it's too early for that. I mean, I think our opponent's deck was going to thoroughly go over the top of us there. They just got needlessly aggressive. My opponent assumed a role they shouldn't have assumed there. Our opponent was, I think, was a strong favorite to win that, and then they attacked with all their things for some reason and just spiked the game right into the trash can. I think I keep a hand like this with all my colors and plenty of mana. Yeah, piece of early interaction if we need it, and then hopefully we'll draw some Bomb Diggities. Opponent was ready to be done, and they got what they wanted. Big mood. It's a good way to put it. And the opponent was really well positioned that last game to win going long. They decided they didn't want to. Easy block. Seatbelts, everyone! It's just Mascot Exhibition, huh? I guess I could take Containment Breach. Containment Breach. It kills Ranger class. It's actually probably pretty good. So I can Containment Breach one of these, get a thing, and then I can Field Trip again. Oh no, chat! Crap! I knew as soon as I cast it too. Poop. I was like, in my brain I was like, I'll Field Trip, we'll get a land, and then we can Mascot Exhibition next turn. But I knew from the last one there were no more forests in my deck. That's a real tilter. Blah. You know, chat, it's a good thing our deck is busted, so it can pull us out of me being a giant idiot. This is why you should play good decks. 'Cause playing good decks are good at making up for you being stupid, like me. And if we spike a land here, we're in an incredible spot. Damn it, Hogland! I deserve that one. I would like the record to reflect that I definitely deserve that one. Do 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 do. Yes, another finger on the monkey paw curls. He has naught to blame but himself. Oh. Okay, so now we definitely just do this, right? Goodbye, friends. Maybe I should have kept the third one. It's very possible. Card's pretty good in this matchup. I think I'm holding on to this land for now because I might want to loot it to Chapter 3 on this down the line. We do know that the opponent has at least 3 spells in hand because they missed their land drop last turn. Do I just make some burbs, or do I do this? Can we just do this for the turn? Shoot a bank, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Happy Monday. Her? We could see them, like, crew the Cadillac. We're just leveling Ranger's Class. They have a bunch of spells in hand, and their best thing to do here is level Ranger's Class. Really? Listen, opponent, we've all been there, okay? You just assume that your Snowland deck passively has the things. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 beep boo do 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 do. Lizard Brawl wasn't just Doomblade, Judge. Judge! Alright, chat, we're gonna just... I know our opponent probably has a family, but... We're gonna tap these 2 lands, murder these, make a 4/4, draw some cards. It's good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. I finally went and bought new headphones over the weekend, and it's weird not having my audio randomly snap, crackle, and pop as I move around a little bit. I've been using a mostly busted headset for the better part of a couple months now. Thanks for ripping the Prime. Welcome back. Yeah, we got a ton of sweet stuff lined up for Historic Horizons. Looking forward to it. Yeah, playing Cody last week made me want to appreciate being the villain more often. I'm the bad man. Seatbelts, everyone! We're going to learn about environmental sciences today. Man, you know what's probably really good against blue-red dragons, chat? Koma, 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 chameleon. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I've secondhand watched most of the new Magic School Bus via my children. Speaking of tryhards, I've got my Tireless Pilgrim versus the Multiverse shirt on today. For those of you that like to be a little sweaty while you play EDH. Took a page from your Kiki Chord list and rebuilt Copycat with Omnath, Wall of Omens, and Ephemerate. Yeah, actually, I didn't comment on it, but I saw your post with that deck in the Paper Boomers channel, and I like the look of it. After playing the build of Saheeli Cat that we played on stream recently, I like the idea of going in that direction a lot. Snake, oh, it's a snake. The loving embrace of the wild snake. Jay Miller, thank you for the 31 months. Welcome back. Oh, no! They hit the double frostbite, chat. Big Sag, Big Sag. My poor snake, chat. All that remains is Koma's coil. Womp womp. Forever, like, it's the entire year. Thanks for defending the realm. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. You know what's kind of funny? I don't think Twitch was made to have as many moderators as we have on this channel. And for a while now, every time I give someone mod status, Twitch chat tells me unable to add moderator. It actually adds them as a moderator, so I don't know why it's sending me that message, but it's funny that that gets posted in chat. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana here. Some database field somewhere is calling out in pain. Yeah, exactly. My body is ready for Goldspan Dragon into Time Walk, we lose. My body is ready. Come and get it, dragons. Because this is 7 mana exactly. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, you stroke me again. Alright, you know. I mean, they didn't have time walks in their hand. I don't know what else we expected. Really needed Koma to not die immediately. Comes the beach sometimes. Yes! First they stroked us, and then they saw it coming. But it's okay, this is an OnlyFans, so that's fine content to be posting here. Fan's a little slow, but we're on the play, so I think we keep it. Yeah, I'd wager Intense Genius that we're gonna get more and more cards like that into Historic eventually. The Historic Horizons really makes me think they understand they should open those floodgates and make money off them on a second digital platform. So I bet we'll see a lot of those sooner rather than later. Grist is an especially sweet one because it's a Planeswalker you can play in collected company decks. Orin Kai, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Geist would be sweet. Magic player have an unnatural love for Geist to Saint trash. Sweet beans, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That one, divided by 0. So, they're almost assuredly, if I take Mascot Exhibition, they're going to make Mascot Exhibition cost 9. So I think I'd rather just Teachings. Fizzlius, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Had a number of follows this morning. If you're new to the channel, thanks for dropping in. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We do Magic the Gathering, usually 5 days a week to start. We play a ton of constructed Magic here. Standard, Historic, Brawl, Historic on Arena. We do a touch of Legacy and Modern on Magic Online on occasion. Also do variety stuff in the afternoons. We're going to be starting Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut later this afternoon about 1 o'clock. But we have plenty of Magic coming up before that. Morning, Denzel. Usually I try and play 2 to 4 different Magic decks every single day. And everything we stream that I think is worth watching ends up on my YouTube channel, cut up in its own videos. It's a great resource to find deck lists a little bit off the beaten path. We'll grab that. And this is untapped here, which is sweet. So we get to go ahead and throw this over here. And then we are thoroughly set up to be the bad man with double Alruns. Morning, Lunk. I am not planning to do a full new playthrough, so the PS5 Director's Cut was able to import my PS4 save file. So we're going to be picking up where I left off, basically. I played like 15 minutes of it last night to refamiliarize myself with the combat a little bit, so I don't completely embarrass myself this afternoon. I'll probably mostly embarrass myself, but not completely. Because my variety playthroughs end up on the YouTube channel as well, so someone checks out the game today and they want to see me play through the entirety of the original game that's up on YouTube. Hey, Lunk, thanks for the brand new Prime support. That's incredibly generous. I appreciate the Bezo bucks. Well, I think we just get aggressive at this point, right? Just like attack you for 6, make some friends, make some friends. Are they dead? So we're going to take 8 and then... Yeah, they're dead if they don't have a removal spell, right? Because Alrund is a fair and reasonable card. Synth Arrow, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. This is 8, and then this is 10. interesting gameplay pattern. What an interesting... Man, Epiphany is something. It's something. The old back-to-back super burn spells, deal 8 plus into deal 10. I mean, yeah. We don't have a payoff yet, but we can draw one of those, hopefully. Matt, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. Morning, good morning. Some red-white goblins here. Rude. What did my Tangled Florahedron ever do to you, opponent? No other play here is actually super good for us because it means whatever play my opponent makes next turn, we get to divide by 0, and then we curve into Quandrix Cultivator. And this divide by 0 is a ramp payoff. I was going to go ahead and grab us a Mascot Exhibition here, which is, you love to see it. I really love the design on Quandrix Cultivator, where it's this, technically double green, double blue, but it's double of either, which makes casting it in these decks that are green and blue very easy. Ibnas, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. They're splashing white for Showdown. That's sweet. Oh, and Rally the Ranks. This build's neat. Some solid ideas here. In gear. Thanks for the 16 months. Good morning, good morning. So we can go Cultivator, grab a green source. Actually, I'm going to grab a island with this. I don't really need more than 2 green, and Field Trip can only grab forests, so there's value in leaving those in there for that. So they do need a second white source out of hand here to play double rally, and they have it. This is, it's a lot of damage. These two are 5/5s now between them. Yeah, this is pretty scary. My, Frost and Fire. Well, I guess Frost and Fire kills this now. I'm gonna double block here, so that way Frost and Fire is a decent top deck. They might just dome us for 6 here. Oh, this is a goblin too, so this attacks as a 5/4 with Rally the Ranks. It's pretty good. Wonder if they'll kill my 3/4 or dome us down to 3. Could go either way. Probably put us to 3, I imagine. Yeah. Okay, so Innkeeper's a sick draw because it helps us stabilize our life total here. We get to go this. And to make some friends gain some life, and to make some friends gain some life. Really kind of want to draw a Koma here. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm 1 short of Cultivator into Exhibition. So I think I just Exhibition this turn. These effectively cost 3. Because they replace themselves with an untapped land, or they put an untapped land into play. Just gonna chill for now. Oh, this makes a goblin token as well, right? Yeah, it does. Wow. Rally is really good with Den of the Bugbear. It's a 5/4 that makes a 3/3. It's above rate. Yeah, the opponent really grinding us down with these showdowns. We've had second rallies, yes, but what about third rallies, chat? Yeah, I haven't seen this Goblins with the White Splash before. It's got a lot of good things going on here. This makes a 4/4 when it attacks. Okay, so let's just draw running Alrund's Epiphanies and win that way. How about Riverglide Snarl? I don't think that one's gonna get us out of it. Yeah, opponent's build was really impressive. Needed some of our bigger plays like Koma or Magma Opus to have a chance there. Mascot Exhibition, not sufficiently large enough to deal with triple Anthem goblins. Whoa! It's a mythic I didn't have. Must have been a Mastery Track mythic. Mastery Track mythics are our fourth card protected. Because they can fourth card protect your ICRs, they just don't want to. BT Dubs is a good general note for the Arena players that are not super plugged into the application. Arena does have like 5 hours of scheduled downtime tomorrow. So I will not be streaming Magic Arena tomorrow at all, since they have, because the system will be down. Deadaxe, thanks for the follow. We're gonna be a little bit of Legacy tomorrow morning, and then a bunch more Ghost of Tsushima that we're gonna start today. That game's great. There's a green source. Just gonna go ahead and murder the Clarion Spirit with Dragonfire here. Let's get that one out of the way proactively. Expanded Armory actually isn't too scary here because we have this Divide by 0. We've had first Alrund's, yes, but what about second Alrund's, chat? All I can think of is strong bad Ebel with the Techno, the system is down, and I feel old. Yeah, if the Magic Showcase happens at the scheduled time, I plan to do that before we start. What's it called? Yikes, this is, the Redain is really bad for us here, chat. What's going on, Heinstein? Thanks for the third of a year. Welcome back. I feel like I've had infinite by the ways this morning, but also another good reminder is that the Hoglandia Open Series will be returning in less than a week. August 29th, this coming Sunday. We'll be playing Historic all day on the channel, with Hoaglandians battling it out for some cool stuffing store credit as prizes. Featuring those sweet new Historic Horizon stuff. What is the Magic Showcase? They're supposed to be showing off lots of things that Magic's going to have coming over the course of the next year. Man, our opponent is kind of just out to end our whole career here, huh? 6, 7. I think we did, fam. 10 a.m. tomorrow. I was about to say I'm not dead yet, but that's actually a lie. We are, in fact, very dead. That was a pretty resound beating. And honestly, like, that didn't feel that different than the straight blue-green ramp deck. Which makes me wonder if this actually solves problems that one had. I don't have a TLDR and Insight Esports folding up. Believe it or not, the company that was running online Magic the Gathering cash tournaments at an incredible loss doesn't appear to have had the capital to pay out the prizes for the tournaments they were running at an incredible loss. So they have disbanded, and apparently they owe a lot of people a lot of money. Which part of me wonders if legal action from the blowback from that could end up putting Magic on the radar of government entities in terms of online gambling. Insight Esports was last seen jumping into a rolling boxcar holding a canvas bag with a dollar sign printed on it. That's some good stuff right there. Also, for reference, for people that don't know, the details on stuff like that and how all that kind of works, they were running their tournaments through MTG Melee, and in order to run tournaments through MTG Melee with a cash entry fee, you had to be affiliated with a Wizards Premier store. Like, the only reason I can take in entry fees for the Hoaglandia Opens on MTG Melee is because Cool Stuff Inc. is affiliated with our event. Do I want to throw Aldarunes in the corner here, or do I want to Dragon's Fire this turn? I think I want to throw Aldarunes in the corner. Hey, thanks for the 6-month sloth. Welcome back. If they have a divide by 0 here or counterspell, we're gonna be in a bit of trouble. If they don't, we're in a decent spot. It's for the Follow Drake. We're gonna go ahead and upkeep this. Kill these. Tap these. Oh no! Oh no! It's gonna get a yikes from me, dog. Brutal. Okay, so I think we're a little bit ahead at the moment. Obviously, they could have a good top deck still. But, like, we trade for a wolf or a cat. We burn a cat. We play Mascot Exhibition. Opponent agrees that we are currently ahead. Pack it up. Pack it in. Let me begin. It shall be my Magma Opus. We got a Ramp Dork or removal spell on 2. Now the downside to playing Florahedron here is if they murder it, I can't field trip next turn. Field trip, definitely going to do a cultivate impersonation here and grab us environmental sciences since we've already got so many fatty booms lined up for later. For lack of a better term. Terrible. Have a draw 2? Nope. These are counter spells, doom scars, or extra turns. An okay amount of tempo off of this, and lets us hit a land drop, which is nice. So I only have 1 blue mana available here. Gonna resolve this now. I think there's a good chance this one of these are a Doomscar, but lets me push a bit of damage. Lets me use my mana, lets me draw my 2 cards. We have 2 Komas in our deck, so pushing ourselves closer to Koma has a lot of appeal. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 10 mana. So I could Aldrunes and Field Trip this turn. Another day, another March 2020. Thanks for 16 months, Kurt. Welcome back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So I can cast this and double Dragonfire these tokens. It might be a waste to Koma while they're tapped out here. It might be right to just Mascot Exhibition, honestly. Getting Koma down sooner has appeal, but waiting to Koma until they have counterspell mana up also has value. You got it. I'll take another snake, please. You may express yourself however you please. Yeah. Putting snake down is definitely better against Doomscar. For sure. You have divided my snake by 0. That's cute. So, I just try and kill them, right? We deal 4 to their dome, tap their birds, attack, and I have divide by 0 ups. They should be dead, right? There's no, Dovin's veto in this format. Ooh. Oh, divide by 0 would beat veto too there, wouldn't it? Because it returns and it doesn't counterspell it? Yeah, good call. It doesn't say counter it if it would be countered, return it. Templating on that is different than a lot of older cards say counter it if it would be, then do the other thing. Hey, morning, Breadboxer. Glad to hear you're all moved in all right. Well, it's not even just inconsistent so much as they've, like, changed the way they approach how those cards work, which I don't think is inherently a bad thing. It's just different than my boomer brain is used to. Yeah, it's templated like unsubstantiate, not remand. Remand versus unsubstantiate's a good comparison. Yeah, this hand's great, right? You have this on 2 into this on 3. Morning, Marty. Yeah, sure, Beansy. There's a number of you playing. It now exists. Yes, Ghost of Tsushima released their director's cut a few days ago. I'm intending to play through all of the expansion here on stream, and the first hour of the Ghost of Tsushima we're going to play this afternoon is sponsored. So if you enjoy my content and you want an easy way to support it, just hanging out for the sponsored segment for the first hour this afternoon to check out the game is a great way to do that. The game's very sweet if you haven't seen it before. It's a single-player, story-driven RPG game set on the island of Tsushima in Japan. I think, is it the 1200s or 1600s? I always forget what the exact time period is. But whenever it's set, it's a sweet game. It has a lot of Witcher-esque vibes. Very open-world RPG. Well, that was an excellent draw. I wasn't quite sure how we were going to deal with the dragon, but the deck shall provide chip. It's worth noting that the Scry 3 on the Battle of Frost and Fire is a scotch awkward here because both of these spells want to shuffle our deck next turn. It's 13th century. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Rogue. Good morning. They could Dargon us again this turn if they have untapped land. Alright, no second Dargon's a good beat. Well, I mean... Okay, so I think my plan is divide the eye twitch by 0, they'll sack it, will Dragonfire in response. Wow, they didn't sack it. I think that's a pretty big mistake on their part. So for reference, if they sack it in response there, I don't get to learn with my divide by 0. Their dragon was dying either way. We are unfortunately not going to get to leverage the 3rd chapter on Frost and Fire this turn, but that's fine. Let's do this into a untapped island, and then we'll field trip. Honestly, I probably should have gotten Mascot Exhibition with the last one of these two, huh? The science isn't really doing anything. I have plenty of mana at this point. I'm already up to 8. Yeah, this should be a second Mascot Exhibition. I assume we're gonna just solidly bigger fish them here at this point. They've got 2 cards left. I'd be very surprised if they can keep up with Opus into Epiphany, or Opus into Mascot into Epiphany. I suppose they are getting a mascot of their own with Eye Twitch here, but we're picking up some extra card draw here as well. I guess they have, like, the Deadly Dispute. They can sacrifice something to draw 2. They could be okay. Alright, those are blanks for us. I did that during their upkeep, so this mana that they floated empties from their pools, so they can't mascot this turn. If they don't have any meaningful plays here, Alrund just kills them. We attack for 7, and then we attack for 9, which is 16. Attack and see what happens to start. Alright, cast my 9 damage burn spell. Got me. Kick by Urza's Rage. Now there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. They're still dead even if they Mascot Exhibition, so I'm just gonna pass here because I don't want to play into a Blood on the Snow because we've drawn enough lands that Blood on the Snow is how we lose. Yep. They are at least a mana short of getting back Goldspan Dragon, so we've got that going for us. Okay, and then we're actually behind here now because we flooded as much as we have. And the mistake that I talked about where I got that in LOL, JK. I was going to say the mistake that I talked about where we got that environmental science instead of the other Mascot Exhibition could bite us, but 7 mana Lightning Bolt is here to bail us out. Alright, we're going to play 1 to 2 more, maybe 3 more with this deck. I'm kind of enjoying dunking people with Alrund. But I'm going to let y'all vote for what Brawl deck we're going to do today. Alright. Let's do 2 pod decks. So UG, Vanafear, and White Oswald, as well as 2 Planeswalkers. So Kasmina and Red-White Huatley. Alright, you got 10 minutes to vote for which Brawl deck you'd like to see today after we're done with Standard 22. Am I going to dip a toe in the new Runeterra set? I don't think so. The timing on it's really rough. We've got the new Magic set coming out this week, too. And Runeterra is just not super popular, so it's hard to justify pulling myself away from Magic to poke at that. We've not played Yarok in Brawl because Yarok tends to get queued up into the sweaty bracket in my experience, which isn't as fun. If I'm gonna play a deck in the sweaty bracket, I'd rather play one of the good ones, like Winota or Golos or something. It's pretty good. What's the voting looking like? Red, White, Huatli off to an incredibly strong start. Huh. I'd have thought Vanifear would have been the pick for people's favorites, but I'm happy with any of them. That's why I've loaded them up. Just send this one back from whence it came. We'll get to grab a Environmental Sciences here to grab Red to Dragon's Fire the Clever Lumimancer. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this now, because I'd imagine there's things like Ranger's Guile in their deck to protect their creatures. And again, for those that are new to the channel, we're very likely to play most of the cards, most of the decks listed in there at some point. This voting is just explicitly for what we're going to play next today. There's only so many hours in the day, we're going to get around to them eventually. So, I could Innkeeper into Dragon's Fire. The fact that they didn't re-crash Charge Through right away, though, implies that they have a protection spell. So I think I'd like to Cultivator into Innkeeper here. And then that sets us up to Magma Opus next turn if we draw an untapped land. What's going on, Admain? Thank you for the 52 months. Welcome back. Vintage Skeletor, thanks for the follow. Oh, they could do this on my turn too. Huh. I thought that was only their turn. It's neat. This card's really good at working with Clarion Spirit here too, huh? That spell doesn't target a creature you control. It costs 8 more. Yeah, friendo, that one's not going to work. All right, and there's the untapped land we wanted for Christmas. So we'll Opus, hit these for 2 each, diddle your white mana. Oh, geez. So they get to save both of these off the Snakeskin Veil because they get to recast it right away. Yeah. Well, we at least get to tap them off their white and draw some cards here, but we're definitely not ahead. We really need a Battle of Frost and Fire to clean this board up. Oh, Ermagerd. Wait. Arena. Arena. Judge. Go home, Arena, you're drunk. What? That's, well, that happened. We also drew the Battle of Frosted Fire, yeah. So, to be fair, had Arena not been bugged there, we still would have killed their board and taken the same amount of damage. So, for people that weren't following and are looking up and saying what's wrong, my opponent gave their things hexproof, and Magma Opus still dealt damage to them, which is quite the interesting bug. Thanks for the follow, Steel Wolf. Welcome to the channel this morning. It was hex resistant, not hexproof. Oh, I had the Dragonfire in hand, Admain. And it was no longer hexproof on my turn. So I guess you're right, I would have technically had to use one more spell there. But I don't think they would have recovered from that position. That's true. Voter turnout this morning is very, very depressing. We've only had what? That's like 250, 350, only 400 people have voted out of almost 1,000 people here in chat. This isn't America, chat. This is Oglandia. Exercise your right to vote. Thanks for the follow, Futurist. It's just tapped land, throw this in the corner, huh? You didn't stoke the FOMO, of course people stayed home. Fair. I assume they're taking Magma Opus here. Koma's pretty good too, though. They could have spot removal in this mix of colors, though. Something like Soul Shatter is a very playable card that sees play in mid-range decks in the format. I'm just gonna go ahead and trade this. They took the Divide by 0. It's a choice. Do we just bin the Magma Opus here to Koma next turn? Oh, that's why they didn't take either of these yet. Got it. Okay. You don't even know what Oswald Fiddlesticks does. How could you not know about my boy Oswald? Just gonna do this in case they don't cast another spell this turn. I'll grab some environmental sciences here. Alright, we're playing some Huatli as our Brawl deck this morning. Grab an Island. Do this. Do this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana here, theoretically. Well, I mean... I'm gonna let that get exiled. I think I'd rather have that for 10 over there. So, we'll go ahead and we'll Alrund this turn. Gain a couple of life, make a couple of blockers. And then that's mana source number 10, right? So Magma Opus is gonna mess him up next turn. Hey, thanks for the tip, Socio. Prepaying for all the YouTube I watch, staying up all night with my new son Luca. Please continue to make Unite videos. Definitely. I did not get a chance to do video editing yesterday, but I will have a Unite video up this afternoon. Game's great. Thanks for the support, and congrats on your new little one. Both an exciting and scary thing. Alright, so I'm not going to offer any trades here because I'm going to murder their board. It shall be my Magma Opus. Goodbye, friends. We're almost out of gas. Almost, but not quite. So the Professor of Symbology here could get, could get an exile effect. But that gives us a 3-2, and this makes a 3-3. So even though they're answering they're answering Koma, they're still pretty far behind, right? Alright, so we've got 11 power here still. Skullport Merchant's pretty good. Blocks are 3 power things. Probably use Dragonfire to push through that. They are a Blood on the Snow deck, so they're definitely not out of this yet. We draw, well, you know, and then I draw Alrund's Epiphany and the game ended. Is this the best burn spell ever printed, chat? I think it might be. It's the best ramp bird creature spell ever printed. It does, if you squint at it just right, it does look like a lot of different things. All right. We're one pip off of Mythic here. Let's see if we can hit it, huh? And then we'll win or lose. We're going to switch to Brawl after this next game. And then we'll can reattempt Mythic later if we fail here while we play some. We're going to do some Brawl, and then we're going to do some regular Historic. This is a bunch of tapped lands, but we're on the play. I'm going to keep it. Let's draw a Forest or Island on 2 here, huh? So we can play Tangled. Okay, Battle of Frost and Fire is very good against green aggro in a lot of spots. We're going to play some red-white Huatli for Brawl today. Alright, you know the drill. Seatbelts, everyone. It was definitely an environmental sciences field trip. Is that a Magic School Bus joke? It's not a Magic School Bus joke. I'll throw this one in the corner. I'm gonna Innkeeper plus Field Trip this turn. It feels like they're holding up some kind of trick here. Oh. I'm gonna do this plus Dragonfire here, I think. Should get the trick out of their hand if they have it. They don't have it. Okay. I suppose they could have a 2-mana trick here now. They have like a Inscription of Abundance. I'm getting kind of low though. I'm gonna Mascot Exhibition because I have a decent amount of gas left over in these two to kind of encourage them to play to the board more. Opponents had pretty patient pacing this game. We could just die to a bunch of Blizzard Brawls here, huh? That's super unfortunate. Were they not patient? They just only had a bunch of Blizzard Brawls in hand? Yeah, I think that's actually what happened. I think we're about to get Blizzard Brawl number 3. Okay, well, the read on the inscription was good. Unfortunately, it means we're dead. Paired with 2 more. Brutal. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could have Alrund proactively for very little value to get more blockers there, but I'm honestly just not sure that we're beating their draw there with how clunky ours was. We did some of our earlier lands to come into play untapped, then maybe we'd have had a shot. At any rate, this deck seemed very reasonable. Feels like one of the kind of Alrund mushy piles you could play in this format and be competitive. I did definitely like this deck a lot more than the straight blue-green ramp deck that's been going around the format. While we weren't 100% against the aggressive decks, nothing is going to be, and having access to Dragon's Fire, Frost and Fire, and Magma Opus definitely gave us a lot more play in those matchups, it felt like, than just the blue-green decks that were trying to accelerate to the giant that bounces their board that then they can guaranteed play back out. Having a strong sweeper in general in this format feels very good. And this card, the fact that it hits planeswalkers as well as creatures was excellent in a number of spots against things like Lilith and Kaya in the black-white snow decks that have been going around as the other controlling things in the format. So this felt close to a little bit behind against aggro, and it felt pretty reasonable against the more controlling decks that are seeing play.